Okay, I believe I found the solution. I will just take a piece of aluminum plate, screw it to this hole and this hole, trim it in the middle like this, so it will be somewhere here, and the same, use just drill a hole and use some kind of bent piece of solid rod to hold the body on the chassis. So the only thing that I will need to fabricate will be some kind of bracket here to hold the body. And perhaps I will use some ready piece, I don't know. I will have to check what are my options. Perhaps I can use something like this maybe. Anyway, I will have to check and decide what will be the best solution for it. Okay guys, as for the front body mount, I took a piece of paper, drew a template on it, bend it, put it on the body to make sure that everything fits and stuff, and then transferred it to the piece of metal. It's side panel of old PC, so it's like 1.5 millimeters, I believe. And now the front mount will look like this. So as you can see, I just cut it from the metal, drilled some mounting holes, bent it, and later on perhaps I will paint it among the other metal parts of the body, but it will be in summer, I believe, because now it's kinda cold outside, and I will not be able to paint it in my remote workshop. Okay, so this mount will be positioned like this, so just a second, I will explain and then show you. We have this, let's call it lower piece of this plate, yeah. It will be positioned right here on the radiator holder, and this ear and this ear, they will be screwed directly to the body posts, stock ones. And this gap here, I chopped it off. It's to clear the servo and the motor. So once this mounting is attached, just a second. It's kind of hard at first time, but anyway, I'll try to put it in place. Okay, it will be mounted like this, so we will have enough clearance under the hood, I believe. I will use two screws, one here and one here, and another two screws. So one screw is here, as you can see. It will be screwed directly to this plastic piece. I have a lot of meat here, and the same from the other side. I'm doing this because all this front plastic piece, I mean radiator grill, this plastic piece for the headlights, they're all glued together and screwed using this screw and the one screw here, but the body post was a little bit trimmed to fit the servo, yeah, and to place it. I only have now one screw left, so and I need to also hold this plastic piece and body all together. That is why I decided to do this complex mounting, so everything stays in place and fixed in a good manner, let's call it. And as for chassis side, now I will show you the second part that I need to hold the body in place. Okay, this is the chassis part of the front body mount. It's again metal bracket. Material is the same as this one. We have two side holes to mount it on the chassis, and one hole here. I did it using a Dremel and cutting disc. So this one will be on the chassis, and when you put the body on the chassis, this piece slides into this gap, into this hole, and after it I will use maybe some clip or maybe some like bend bracket to hold the body the way I need. So what is left to screw it to the chassis, to put the body on, and to measure how much metal should I leave from this piece, and to mark a hole and to do it, and then to take some clip or maybe some kind of bracket, I don't know, to hold the body. So anyway, now I will mount it on a chassis, and yes, perhaps I will need to adjust this hole maybe to file it a little bit from one of the sides, because I did just using the eye without mocking up on the body, and anyway I will have to kind of play with it, maybe make it a little bit narrower, or anyway I will chop some piece off. I will measure it in place. Okay, now I will play with all these details. Yes, screw it directly to the body using these two holes to see if we have enough clearance, because actually I didn't try it off camera, so we are all together, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I will mock it up, tighten the screws, and proceed with this braking and show you what we've got. Okay, I just screwed this bracket to the body. I will show you. I had to use some shims here between the bracket and the body itself, because when I was fabricating it I didn't have exact measurements, so I did it on eye, let's call it. The same for the part. Also, as you can see, I use some common nut as a spacer. I believe it will be enough. So next step is to install the bracket on the chassis, put the body on and see how it looks and how it sits. As for the chassis side of this question, yeah, here is the bracket. I will put it here using the first screw of bumper mount, this one and this one from the opposite side. So I will screw it like this here on top of the frame rails, and we will see how it all works. Okay, now bracket is in place on the chassis. It's okay. Now it's time to put the body on and see how it works. Doing it with you guys. I didn't do it off camera. I'm really interested how it will sit. Guys, just a second. It's fantastic, but from the first try I will show you. At the rear sits flush as it should. On the front the same. You can see the gap between the body and the frame rail. Sits perfectly. And as for body position, again the frame rails the same. Sits perfect. Sits perfect. Now I will show you it from underneath. Well, it's funny, but yes. I didn't see it actually, so I didn't get to the hole, but nothing special. I will need some experience to put the body on to make it sit as it intended. Okay, but as we can see now, I have to file this piece a bit, maybe 1 or 2 millimeters, to make it fit perfectly. And after it I will be able to proceed with some kind of clip or something similar to hold the body. So the plan is to trim this bracket a little bit, or perhaps I will flip it upside down. It's another option, and I believe it will be more convenient if I flip it, but I will need to check what works better. File it, put this inside the hole, see how it works, decide on the length of this piece, and after it decide what should be used, either a clip or something similar to hold the body in place, with convenient access to unmount the body. Anyway, I will try some different options and show you. I will show you progress with the body mount. Okay, as you can see here, I just drilled a couple of holes. Okay, here we go. I drilled a hole, it's like 1.5 millimeters or something like this. And I will be using just a common body clip to hold the body in place, so it will be like this. So when the body is on the chassis, this clip will hold it. This clip will hold the body in place. I believe it will be enough. Okay, as for the rear, I already had this bracket. It's previous version. I used this bracket when the body was a little bit higher against the chassis. And now as I lowered the body, I need to modify it, so I drilled these two lower holes and bend the bracket a little bit, so it will be like this. And that's it. Because here we have the flat piece, it will hold the body in place like it should. And now I will put it on the chassis and show you how it sits. Okay, here's our chassis. As you can see at the rear, I mounted the bumper I had. And now I will put the body on and show you the result. I put the body on and show you it upside down. So for the front, I will try to show you a little bit better, but so as you can see, it's in place. So just put in the body clip. It's not as convenient as I thought initially, but anyway, now it's in place, so it holds the body, so it's okay. I will be able to do it on a trail using some hand tools, so nothing special. As for the rear, the clip is also in place, so as you can see, it uses a rear bumper plate, so it holds the body quite well also. And if I would like, I can use it from the different sides, so just put it somewhere here, for instance, but it's not as convenient, but anyway, it can also be done, so using some screwdriver or something like this. So again, it will hold the body. Now let's check how it works. So body is in place, holds okay, on the front, on the rear. So X is it should. And I believe that's all for this episode. Body is mounted on a frame. So next step is to install the electronics, to install doors, some rock sliders, to do something with battery holder, and maybe to fix the roll cage to the body here up front under the dash, to put the driver in and have fun, I believe. Anyway, I will keep you informed and updated. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye.